the 5 steps to financial freedom in 2019 at any age. What's up guys, Dan here. Hope you guys are all doing well today. And in today's video, I'm going to go over the 5 steps that have allowed me to gain complete financial freedom, that have allowed me to live my dream life at the age of 22. Now, I believe that this works for any age. It doesn't matter if you're 18, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, right? These 5 steps will work for you because they're honestly, they're just logical. And these are things that a lot of people just don't even realize when they're out there and they're trying to make money, they're trying to, get rich, and they're trying to just live an abundant lifestyle. Right? And so that's why I really want to go into depth on these 5 steps, and I believe that this will open your eyes to how to really achieve financial freedom. And I want to say before we even begin that achieving financial freedom is not like a far off dream, right? It doesn't have to be this far off dream that you can't even fathom, that you just imagine and you daydream about all day. Maybe you're sitting in a 9-to-5 job, right? And I can tell you, before I was living this dream life, before I became an entrepreneur, I was sitting at my cubicle in my 9-to-5 job. I was working at a big Fortune 500 company at a bank, and I was sitting there all day and I was daydreaming. I was wondering, how are people living their dream lives? How are people making money online? How are people even doing things like online business? And you see all these people on Instagram, on social media, and they're just out there enjoying their lives, and how come I'm sitting in a cubicle and I have to sit here like a slave in misery, clock in, clock out, 9 to 5 every single day? And back when I was in that situation, for me it was honestly a far off dream. But then, I started watching more and more videos just like this one. I started reading more and more entrepreneurial books, and I realized that it was actually possible. So my message to you is that it really, really is possible, and that it will happen a lot quicker than you think, especially if you're young. And at any age, of course, it's possible, but especially if you're young, today in 2018, 2019, there have never been more opportunities to start an online business. There have never been more opportunities to, not go that traditional path, not work a 9 to 5, and not just, mentally kill yourself, living a life that you hate and just working a job that you hate for the rest of your life. Life is short and life should not be like that. So let's go ahead and get to step number 1. So step number 1, and I believe that this will completely change the rest of your future, just this one step, and that is decide what you want. You must decide what you want, and specifically income, all right? And a lot of people, you ask them, hey, what do you want your life to look like? Most people can't even answer that question because they don't know, right? They're just figuring it out. Well, you can't spend your whole life figuring it out because you're never gonna figure it out. So the very first thing is to decide what income you wanna make and by what date. So for some of you, let's say you're making $3,000, $4,000 a month at your full-time job right now, right? Just to replace that full-time income, $4,000 a month, but in passive incomes, or from your online business or from a business that you start, right? That is a huge goal. And that right there, achieving that one thing will be completely life-changing, because now you're not tied to, someone else's schedule. You're not tied to an alarm clock every single day. You can wake up every single morning happy and knowing that you don't have to go and fight traffic to a job that you hate, right? So, for a lot of you, that could be a great goal. For me, I was very ambitious. My very first goal was to make $10,000 a month. And for me at the time, that was insane. That was an insane amount of money. I thought $10,000 a month, I would be rich, right? And it actually only took me 3 months to hit that goal, right? And I actually tripled that goal when I hit that goal. I did it with an e-commerce business, with an Amazon FBA business. And I talk a lot about that on my channel, but we're not gonna get in too much into that. There's all these different ways you can make money online. Some work, some don't, but I believe that every single person can be successful at whatever it is that they commit themselves to. So decide exactly what you want and decide on an income goal, and then give yourself a time limit. A time limit is very important, because if you don't set a time limit, then you're not gonna be pushed to actually hit the deadline, right? And now once you've decided, so, for example, let's say your name is, Dan. Let's just say, right, I'm Dan. I'm just gonna say, okay, and if I was in your position, I would say, all right, so I'm so happy now that I'm making $10,000 a month by a certain date. So I'm so happy now that I'm making $5,000 a month by a certain date. This can be 3 months, 6 months, a year from now. And now the key is to write that goal down every single day, in the morning and at night. And at least do it in the morning, right? So do it at least, once a day in the morning, but I also do it in the morning and in the evening. And I can tell you, I've been doing this, I've been practicing this success habit. This is actually a very common success habit among millionaires and billionaires. And I've been doing this ever since I found out about it. And it's been absolutely insane. Every single thing I've written down in my goals journal, I've achieved. So I can guarantee you that you will achieve it as well, because by writing it down every single morning and every single night, you're forcing your subconscious mind to try to figure out exactly how to achieve the goal that you set out to do. Because you're gonna keep writing it down, and the way the brain works is that it's always going to be looking for ways to achieve that goal. So for example, you might write that goal down, and then you might start, your brain might push you to like go on YouTube and search how to start an online business, right? How to start selling on Amazon, how to start, a Shopify store, how to start affiliate marketing, all these different things, all these different businesses that you can do, right? And eventually you will succeed, you will achieve your goal before the time limit that you set for yourself. Now, the reason why most people can't achieve their goals is because they don't set out goals for themselves in the first place. And a lot of the times people can't even write down a goal like, more than 3 days in a row, in the morning and like in the evening, right? So I'll hold you accountable to it, and I really believe that you're out there looking for success. So if you can do this, if you can write down your goal every single morning, every single night, and it can be multiple goals. I highly suggest having more than one goal. It can be, for anything related to health, wealth, love, and happiness, right? So if you can write that down for at least a month, then you created yourself a habit. I think the average time it takes to create a habit is 3 weeks. So that's the very first step. It's key, the key to financial freedom. Now, step number 2, to achieve financial freedom, I've realized no job was going to give me financial freedom, right? So I realized that I have to start a business, right? And you can make the most money for yourself working for yourself. That's a fact. That's it. You will be able to make the most money for yourself and for your family by working for yourself, by going into business for yourself. That's a simple fact. And in 2018, 2019, it has never been easier to get rich because of online business, right? Online business has moved forward so much. And right now, I believe it's like, when Henry Ford was the founder of the Ford Motors Company, and pretty much at the beginning of the 20th century, the car just came out. He just invented the car. And, at the beginning, most companies, most people were skeptical, and most people refused to adopt the car, and they were still, they still believed that the horse-drawn carriage was going to be the future. And obviously we can see what happened. Me and you drive cars, everybody drives cars, right? Nobody rides on horses anymore. So you've got to adapt, you've got to open your eyes, and you've got to realize all these amazing opportunities are out there right now, but most people just fail to see them because they can't open their eyes. So I'm glad that you're watching this video, and I'm glad you're on my channel here, because it's my mission to give you the best possible advice to create a successful and profitable online business so you can live your dream life. Now, another thing with starting an online business is that you allow yourself time freedom. So if you start making money from your online business, it's going to be separate from your time. You're not going to have to sell your time at an hourly wage to make the money. Now, step number 3, and this is a very important one. A lot of people stay poor their whole lives because they don't realize the simple fundamental step. All right. Step 3 is use your intelligence, right? What's between your 2 ears right here, to make money, and not your manual labor, right? How come you see construction workers out there and all of these people working these hard jobs, right? They've probably heard that the harder they work, the more they make, right? And obviously that's not true. The actual reality is that the smarter you work, the more you make, right? Hard work does not equal to making a lot of money. And you can, you look outside and you see construction workers working their whole day, like 12 hours, 14-hour shifts. And they're probably not in a great financial situation just because they're not getting paid that well, right? Most manual labor jobs don't pay that well, and also they're selling their time for money. They're not working for themselves. All the things that I just talked about in this video, they're not doing. So that's why you've got to start using your intelligence to start making money. As soon as I started using my intelligence and I stopped relying on other people to make me successful, I stopped relying on a university degree to make me successful, I stopped relying on a job to make me successful. The only person that I started relying upon is myself. That's when everything in my life changed. And I was forced to use my brain and my intelligence to figure out systems that would allow me to make money on autopilot for the rest of my life and build from there. And I'm telling you, that's very, very possible. There's a lot of people doing that right now. I'm probably one of the youngest people in this city right now that is doing this right now, and that has become wealthy, from passive income, from online business, right? There's just, a lot of people that aren't aware of these things. That's why I'm telling you this, right? So start using your intelligence and stop selling your manual labor to make money, because it's never going to make you fulfilled. It's never going to allow you to be abundant in your life, and you're never going to be truly happy. And now step number 4 is to really get into your own self-education. Every single rich person, every single wealthy person has adopted this permanent lifelong self-education, and that has really transformed so many people's lives. It's transformed my life, and it blew up my income. The only reason that I'm able to be where I'm at right now, telling you this, and living my dream life and doing all these amazing things, traveling the world, is because of self-education. You see, before, I believed that my education finished when I graduated from high school and college and university, right? I thought that that's it, I'm done with school, and then now I'm gonna work for the rest of my life. And that's unfortunately how most people think. And you can't think that way, because if you think that way, well then, things change so often. Every single day, things change so quickly in this modern world that we live in today, and you can never keep up. And so the best way to really be on top of things, be on top of all of the best opportunities, be on top of, the best ways to make money, right? And just live a truly unlimited life, a truly abundant life, is to read books. Books are the best thing that has probably happened to my life, reading books, because Books allow you to absorb all of this amazing knowledge from all of these successful people, and it allows you to make contact with the dead, right? With the dead greats, with the millionaire and billionaire entrepreneurs who were incredibly successful and who are not around anymore to share their knowledge, right? So books for $5, $10, $20, you can literally learn millions and millions and even billions of dollars worth of knowledge, all right? So self-education, and also another amazing way to actually learn an online business right now, I can tell you as a fact, the best way is online courses, right? Less and less people are counting on college and university to make them happy and make them successful, because they know chances are they're not getting a job when they're out of college. That's something everybody knows, right? The college debt in the United States and Canada right now is at an all-time high. And in my opinion, it's honestly a crime. Just letting people get out of control with their college debt. And, these colleges know for a fact that these students are probably not going to, get good jobs after. The statistics are not in their favor, and yet they still push them to sign up for $1,000 and $2,000, media arts classes and Photoshop classes and all this, Harry Potter classes, right? All these things that colleges offer nowadays, right? So that's why online courses, if you figure out an income stream that you want to do, an online business that you want to pursue, I highly recommend taking a proven online course. It's going to cost you $500 or $1,000, maybe $2,000 at the beginning, but you will get all of that knowledge in a step-by-step format. You'll also have probably access to a mentor, and you'll be able to learn everything that you need to know to actually make money, and not all this abstract in the cloud stuff that universities and colleges teach you, right? So I'm a firm believer in online courses. They've completely changed my life. At this point, I've taken tens, probably hundreds of online courses and all these different things, right? Because I'm constantly investing into my own self-education. So that's why I highly recommend books, online courses, of course, podcasts. I've got the Dan Bass Show, and that's where I interview the best, most amazing entrepreneurs, some of my millionaire, multi-millionaire friends as well. And it's just meant to be like the best entrepreneurship podcast for young people, for people of any age who are looking to increase and better their life. So the link for that is right down below. You guys can check that out. And now the very last tip to achieve financial freedom in your life and financial abundance is to practice positive thinking. But the main thing is to adopt a positive attitude towards money. Now, I can tell you that the way that I grew up, right, and this isn't saying anything wrong about my parents or anything like that. I love my parents. But unfortunately, I was conditioned to believe that money is not a positive thing. Of course, you need to have money, but I was conditioned to believe that the rich, maybe potentially lied their way to get their money, didn't do, everything truthfully, right? Didn't do everything honestly, are not honest people. And I can tell you that if you want to achieve financial success in your life, financial abundance, you have to start perceiving money as a positive thing, and you have to adopt a positive attitude towards success. Right? That's so important, because your brain is going to keep sabotaging your own efforts as long as you believe that the rich got there by cheating or by lying or anything like that, because it's just simply not true. The rich got there through hard work, persistence, and goal setting, and all that kind of stuff we talked about in this video. So that's why it's so important to practice positive thinking and adopting a positive attitude towards money. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys want to be mentored by me every single day in your email, go ahead and sign up for the daily Millionaire Mentor email list. Link for that is right down below. And I share the best tips from the best books that I'm reading, the best advice that I'm learning from millionaires and billionaires that I've learned in my life. And I'm doing that because I truly want to help you. I believe knowledge is the #1 key to success and wealth. So that's why you can go ahead and sign up for the Millionaire Mentor email list. The link for that is right down below. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in there. We're also doing $100 cash giveaways, PayPal giveaways in that email list as well. So that happens very, very often. So I'll see you in there. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are interested in financial freedom, living the passive income lifestyle, living the laptop lifestyle, starting an online business, and just really, controlling your life and leaving the 9 to 5 forever. Subscribe, of course, like the video. I'll see you guys soon.